Chapter 2 God Simulator activated. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Originally, the world opened up in my mind, crazy swallowing cosmic energy, gradually transformed into the most elementary heaven-round place, 1 km, 2 kilometers, 3 kilometers. Watching the area continue to expand, Subai was overjoyed. This represents future potential. Even the soil and world barriers have been strengthened, but this time, the small world seems to have broken a hole, and the energy is vented out. The area that was originally growing is shrinking. What happened? Subai's head was shocked. Haven't seen this scene before. Just when he was puzzled, a heavenly sound appeared in his ears. The host has successfully opened up the world, and the God Simulator is officially activated. The energy required for activation is being absorbed. It's the culprit. Subai watched the small world shrink to the lowest level of 1 kilometer. His eyes were straight, quickly asked, God Simulator. What's the use? Stop smoking, the small world is about to be sucked dry. Seemingly aware of the instability of the small world, the swallowing force stopped. The God Simulator is to give the host the authority of God, which can be simulated and trial and error for an unlimited number of times. Manage the world, develop power and civilization. At present, the initial awakening can be loaded with talents and different resources in each simulation. In the future, you can absorb extraordinary energy and unlock more functions. For more details, please explore the host by yourself. Emulator. Subai knew a little about it before crossing, and after listening to the introduction of the God Simulator, it is even more eye-catching. The energy absorbed is all worth it. The most fearful thing about creating a world and running a world is that something goes wrong there or encounters an enemy in the starry sky. Once it is scrapped, there is no chance to even save it. But with a God Simulator, you have countless opportunities for trial and error. Not to mention there are other unlocked features. Just when Subai wanted to continue his research, the awakening stone in his hand has already emitted a flash of light. One class, Subai awakened successfully. The supervising teacher spoke in time, and did not wait for the students to make noise. He announced strangely. Awakening the world, 1 kilometer. The students who were originally envious and jealous were in an uproar. This awakens a ball. The lowest level of the world. I am afraid that even life can't be born. There can't be an energy cycle in the world. Don't talk about hunting in the chaotic starry sky. I guess it will fall apart after being blown by a cosmic storm. Rather than awakening such a tasteless rib, I would rather be a housekeeper for others. Many students sound harsh, as if seeking psychological balance. In the past, the successful awakening was high above. Now that I have finally caught a weak chicken, of course my psychological grievances must be vented. The company recruiters on the side were originally smiling, and they planned to come to negotiate conditions. After listening to the teacher's broadcast, he sneered. That's it? Without the slightest training potential, I'm afraid it's not even qualified to be a ranch or pigsty. I don't think it can last for a week, and the 1 kilometer world will collapse. The initial size represents the future potential. No wonder they have such an attitude. There was even a staff member who was arrogant and handed a business card. In my opinion, your awakened world has no potential. Before it collapses, sell it for a good price. Our Shanghai company specializes in acquiring abandoned worlds and recycling them for seed players to devour. Is 100,000 yuan enough? An ordinary working class earns 50,000 a year. Want to buy a world for 100,000? I am afraid that 0.1 kilometers of territory is not enough. Subai smiled, and after taking the business card, he tore it with his fingers, throwing it directly in the face of the staff. Fragments of business cards fell on the staff's astonished faces like snowflakes. Even if it is a newly awakened world lord, you are not something you can ridicule. After saying that, he turned around and left. Several company representatives were left with embarrassed expressions. Others don't know. Subai himself doesn't know. If it weren't for a simulator awakening and swallowing too much energy, his world would not be just the current size, and with the God Simulator, he has absolute confidence and rises in the starry sky. By convention, every student who has successfully awakened can receive initial funding from the school. Outstanding leaders such as Xianghu and Qi Lanzu were personally summoned by the principal and awarded various resources, but Su Bai, judging from the potential he has shown so far, it was Mr. Li, the head teacher, who summoned him, she said with a slight headache. To be honest, it's a good thing to wake up. But the world you awakened is the weakest. If you don't invest a lot of resources, you won't be able to last long, and you will be assimilated by the universe. There are currently limited grants available to you. Su Bai was non-committal. Teacher Li hesitated for a while. With the flip of the fingertips, a full-body purple card appeared in his hand. This is the most basic D-level climate card, used in the world, to drop 10 tons of rainwater containing organic matter. This is the best help I can give within my current authority. Su Bai reached out and took the card, only to see the dark sky in the background on the card, and the pea-sized rain was pouring down. The style of the painting is clear, the rain splashing on the ground can be clearly seen, and there is a line of small characters at the bottom. Note, the highest good is like water, and water is good for all things without fighting. Thanks. Su Bai smiled and put it away. Cards are the condensation of law fragments. Even this cheapest Class D card has a market price of 100,000. Seeing that Su Bai was in a good mood, Teacher Li reminded. Of course you are not hopeless. The college entrance examination in 7 days will be your only chance. Chapter 3 Entering the Chaotic Starry Sky, a World Collapses. For Collection of Flowers. You are listening at novelfull.audio. As far as Su Bai knows, people who have successfully awakened over the years, they will take part in the simulated college entrance examination to study Starry Sky University, all-world main games. Borrow the world projection and send your soldiers and creatures to fight the enemy. Its rewards are rich, and the school alone has tens of millions of financial rewards, and the state and local governments are not stingy. Various strategic resources, breeding cards, race cards, and even S-rank cards are available. A gleam of light flashed in Su Bai's eyes, which was indeed the best chance to make up for his innate deficiencies. He wanted to experiment with the effect of the God Simulator as soon as possible, and hurriedly bid farewell to the head teacher. Unexpectedly, when he walked out of the classroom, he happened to meet Qi Lanzu and walked out of the principal's room. Next to her was a rough-looking, bronze-skinned male student. The male student seems to be deliberately approaching Qi Lanzu. There was a hint of impatience on Qi Lanzu's face, and her eyes lit up after seeing Su Bai. He quickly trotted up and said happily, "I heard that you also successfully awakened the world. Congratulations." Reluctantly, "I'm still behind you for the time being." Su Bai replied with a slightly upturned mouth. Seeing that the two were chatting happily, the male classmate frowned and asked, "This classmate, are you also in the first class? Are you Xianghu from class 3? A strange color flashed in Su Bai's eyes. Seeming to think of something, Xianghu laughed dumbly. "Aren't you the one Su Bai who awakened the weakest world? I can see the potential of a lifetime now. Then my world is twice your size." "Is it twice your size for a lifetime?" Qilan Suqiong wrinkled her nose slightly, took Su Bai's hand and left. In the principal's office before, after Xianghu learned about her awakening results, some courtesies made her sick. Now that she is rude, she naturally doesn't have a good face. Seeing the backs of the two of them getting away intimately, Xianghu looked embarrassed. "Little white face, let me see how you will pass the college entrance examination in 7 days. Sometimes, seeing hope and then shattering it again is the most cruel." Due to the limited number of people in each class, the scope of the college entrance examination is first from the school, then to the urban area and so on. Xianghu has absolute confidence, crushing the little white face in the school competition. "Beauty is only for the strong." On the way home, the class leader carefully comforted him. "Awakening the world is only the first step, there is still a long way to go." Su Bai laughed and said to himself, "If you can successfully awaken, you have already surpassed 99.9% of people. The class leader doesn't have to worry about me, but he has to prepare for the college entrance examination in 7 days. If the grades are good enough, entering the top 10 famous schools is much stronger than joining any super consortium." Seeing that he was not discouraged, Qi Lanzu smiled. "It's good if you have this heart. By the way, is the reward you just got from the school this card, that when Chi Lancer flipped her fingers, a card with a gray sheen and a black land on the card appeared, black soil card, sea level card, after use, can affect the land within 10 kilometers, increase organic matter, fertilizers, etc. It is the novice world master, the best initial help. There is also a small line at the bottom of the card. Note, the 9-story platform starts from the tired soil. Forehead. The difference is really big. I am the most rubbish Class D card. The squad leader's card is worth 50 times as much as the rain card. Subai let out a haha and was in a hurry to go back to experiment. I'll be busy next time. See you at school in 7 days. I'll let you see my world at that time. The squad leader smiled and waved his hand, saying goodbye. Okay, then I will be ashamed and return everything you bullied me before. Trot all the way home. The house where Subai lives is a resettlement house. 2 years ago, I crossed here, and the beginning was the death of both parents. If it weren't for the huge pension in the bank card, I wouldn't even be able to survive. He did it himself, placed a bowl of noodles, and luxuriously added an egg to himself. The dinner problem was solved in a hurry. The hard days will be gone forever from tonight. Subai made up his mind secretly. He sat upright on the bed, his consciousness immersed in his mind. The next moment, it was like a soul out of body. When I opened my eyes again, I saw a dark chaotic starry sky in front of me. Scattered dots of light symbolize small worlds. Before Subai could feel the magnificence of the universe, a flash of light that cut through the starry sky suddenly flashed in front of Subai's eyes. It turned out to be a shooting star. Do not. Only when Subai opened his eyes did he realize that it turned out to be a small world that had just fallen. Its world barrier shattered, land fragments, rivers tilted, and countless corpses fell from the fallen world. In the silent starry sky, it looks particularly poignant. As soon as he came over, he saw a world fall, and Subai's expression was complicated. Without the protection of the mother star, he is no better than a baby who has just been born. The meteors keep falling. There are also strands of ambulite flying out, adhering to the similar attributes, and gradually condensed into cards. Witnessing the birth of the card with his own eyes made Subai a little sigh. I heard long ago that there are treasures everywhere in the chaotic starry sky. If you are lucky, you will have the destruction of the world next to you, and you will be able to make a fortune, wantonly plundering the wealth of a world. And the card is the condensation of the law. What high-level divine card will be born from the collapse of the whole world? Subai only hated himself for being late and lacking in strength. Otherwise, be sure to pick up the leaks in front of you. The most unfortunate thing is when the fallen world passes by, the closest moment between the two cannot be used. He vaguely saw that around the meteor, there were small black dots approaching. It can be seen from such a distance. At least it is a super battleship, an island-level war fortress. Before he could take his eyes back, a clear voice suddenly sounded in his mind. The God simulator started itself. P.S. New books for collections, flowers, evaluation tickets, etc. The data on the first day is too important, I beg. Chapter 4 S-Rank card Doomsday Calamity, Call of Cthulhu. For collection of flowers. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Ding. Aware of the leaked laws and fragments of the origin of the world, the God simulator is trying its best to absorb it. The world under Subai's feet is only 1 kilometer, square, with a gray body, showing a round sky, surrounded by sea water. There is a thin layer of world barrier above. It looks not far from the meteor, but it is actually a world of difference. This is not only in space, but also in time, and even higher dimensions. It is not a world of one level, and it is difficult to even approach. Even the small world will be caught and swallowed by the gravitational force of the big world. The world has also fallen, and it has descended to the lowest level where Subai is. He looked enviously at the shooting star passing by in front of him, but at this time, Subai's mind seemed to be like a black hole, swallowing the fragments of the law. What's going on? Someone snatch it. The means are very clever, and he is proficient in the way of space. Don't worry. This is the fifth-order Hulk planet. It's a pity to save a little bit, but it's a pity for the creatures and warriors of the entire world. Hey, Hao Yu himself was also attacked by the Zerg, and he didn't even have time to ask for help. The bows next to the meteors are peculiar in shape, and there are several thoughts from the extraordinarily huge battleship: the world is destroyed, and all the creatures that live in it will die. The defense line in the human starry sky lacks another key node. This is a loss for all mankind. Su-bai is working on a god simulator, after a lot of tossing, until the meteor was nowhere to be seen. Only then did he hear the system beep again. A small part of the world fragment has been swallowed, the charging is completed, 10 simulated talent extractions, and an orange talent is guaranteed. Good guy. Su-bai called him a good guy. He didn't expect the simulator to keep pace with the times and have a guarantee. Just when he thought it was over, a space ripple flashed in front of him, and a golden card suddenly appeared in front of him. He raised his hand and grabbed it decisively. Part of the intercepted law has been condensed into a card, please check it. Su-bai was shocked, staring at the gold card, and a line of small light blue introduction appeared. Doomsday Calamity card, name, Doomsday Calamity card, class, S grade, category, special energy card, effect. After use, you can add Doomsday Calamity and Doomsday Law to your world, accelerate the decay of the world and the death of creatures, and enter a state similar to the 5 declines of heaven and man, and the annihilation of the world. Introduction. It is the condensed law of negative emotions and pollution such as doomsday, disaster, and despair after a world is destroyed. Attributes are extremely rare and can be put into your own world to speed up harvesting. It can also be used as a magic trap card and applied to other people's worlds. Fuck. It's an S card. Su-bai was stunned at first, but after reacting, he called out the bullpen. Unexpectedly, as soon as I entered the starry sky, the universe gave me this gift. A Class B card requires tens of millions of blue star coins. If the effect is special, there may even be hundreds of millions. The school subsidizes the most basic C and D grades, and already has a toothache, not to mention an S-grade treasure card. It is estimated that the consortiums are willing to bid 1 billion. After checking the effect, Su-bai frowned. Is this a debuff card? His breath almost didn't come up. Doomsday, disaster, despair, no matter how you look at it, it is not a good thing. This thing added to his own world. I'm afraid not to die. Su-bai looked down at his 1-acre land, very melancholy. There is a saying that even a piece of shit has its uses. No matter how bad it is, it can also be used as a magic card. See who is unhappy, and give him some fertilizer. Su-bai comforted himself and carefully took the Doomsday Calamity card into his arms. Meanwhile, open the God Simulator. A black word appeared in front of him. Are you sure to start your journey of God's creation? Please note that each simulation requires 100 creation points. The bigger the world is, the more creation points are required. The total accumulated creation value at present, 2,000 points. Sure enough, there is no free lunch, only 20 chances to simulate. No, if there is an accident in the middle, and the subsequent simulation requires more creation value, it is estimated that there will not be even 15 chances. Su-bai's heart sank, and he said decisively. Begin creation. Following the order, Su-bai suddenly saw a cosmic explosion in front of him. Infinite light and heat burst forth. The cosmic singularity appears. If it is said that he entered the high-dimensional chaotic starry sky with consciousness before, at this time, the state is mysterious, and it is impossible to figure it out. A line of small words appeared again on the simulation panel. Open 10 consecutive draws. You can carry 3 talents in each creation. Su-bai consciousness clicks. The next moment, a dazzling array of 10 talents appeared in front of him. Giant beast bonus, white, civilization inspiration, blue, crazy killing, blue, most are ordinary. The talent levels from high to low are gold, orange, purple, blue, and white. The 10 consecutive draws that he guaranteed the bottom of, and an orange that must be drawn gave Su-bai confidence. What made him smile bitterly was that the only purple talent in the first wave was the Call of Cthulhu. Call of Cthulhu, purple talent, enhanced the law and talent of the world's supernatural direction. It makes the creature more likely to hear the profound knowledge of the universe and greatly promotes the aberration of the creature. There is even an extremely small chance of mutating into an indescribable extraordinary creature. From the positive effect alone, it is equivalent to the orange talent. However, its negative effects are -10 to sanity and +20 to madness, which can easily make creatures chaotic and crazy, and their evolution grows crooked. P.S. New books for collections, flowers, evaluation tickets, etc. The S card also has magical uses. I don't want to cut it.